Hello, it's Romania Black, and I find it hard to believe that I'm saying this, but we are on episode 79 of Natsume's Book of Friends. We are technically on season 7, episode 5. Just wildness, wild times. But yeah, the 79th episode, not the 79th week that I've been watching Natsume, because we don't have the OVAs or the movies or anything else involved. I mean, I figured it up. I think it's going to be like literally almost 100 weeks of Natsume by the time I end this. By the time I catch up with this series. I'm not going to say end because it's not over. The manga's still ongoing and the series is still going to be pushing out seasons at whatever pace it wants to. But yes, we are on episode 79 of Natsume's Book of Friends. And season 7 has been pretty chill so far, oddly enough. I feel like seasons 4, 5, and 6 have been very much like lots of things happening. And season 7's been like, hey now, let's go back to our roots a little bit. Let's do some character development, but let's not get crazy yet. Yet, right? But it's still been a really, really good season. The only comment that I have before we start is from Ikinka for season 7, episode 1, that said the flower short was mostly, they were translating what the fox was saying because I didn't have any subtitles, saying the flower short was mostly the fox explaining what different flowers represent. Since you brought them up at the end of the video, he said that dandelions mean sincere love. And I'm sorry, but the dandelions are at the very end of the ED when Natsume and Madara are in. It's like the last shot that we get. The idea that the dandelions at the end of the ED mean sincere love. Just come on now. Come on now. That's just amazing. So yeah, I have had some really, really good comments all across the board. I want to thank everybody that's been commenting on the last couple seasons, on this season. I know if you've been with me for the last 79 weeks, let me know down below, because I'm like, I know like Sunspots has followed since the beginning. There's been several people that have been following since the beginning. If you are one of them, let me know, and what you think of season 7 so far. So I'm really enjoying it. Is it my favorite season so far? I would say season 5, 4, and 5 have been amazing. Season 6 was really good too. But season 7's been very consistent episodic episodes that have been really good. We've already got Notori. So, I mean, we still have Matoba to get to, but so before we get started though, I want to give a big shout out over to our philanthropy tier over on Patreon, to thank everybody on Patreon. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, for supporting me, being so kind. It's been a journey with Natsume and we still have plenty left to get through. So the philanthropy tier get a shout out in my videos each week, so I want to thank Alex Cornejo, Be Happy, Bisa, Dana, Damage3245, as well as Devorin, Destiny Marie, Ichu, Eric, Fisho, Ghostly Turnip, El Freya, Lyndon, Liam Posel, Mochi Kun, Murphew, Willie Morris, as well as Translucent Men, Sunspots, Shimoyama, as well as Daniel and Dawood Knight. Thank you all so much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. All of my love. It's going to be weird. It's going to be weird not having Natsume. And we were talking about it with the moderators and the moderator Plore. And I was saying, Natsume is a consistently melancholy series, but it's the one sad show that I watch for comfort. It is the most bizarre feeling that only Natsume can pull off. And I absolutely love it. So yeah, but we're on episode 5 already. Crazy times. So anyway, we're not going to waste any more time. We are going to get started with Natsume's Book of Friends, episode 5 of season 7. And we are going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. And I'll see you all on the other side. Oh! Well, I will once I put in these headphones. I got so excited about the episode that I just forgot I had them plugged in. And then I was like, I'm sure all of you watching were like, bitch, where's your headphones? Oh, that's so freaking cute. Yeah, we've already got Notori. And there's Matoba. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh. So cute. Very never-ending story. Oh, I like the wagon wheel and the spokes. Nice. Aww. I like the little blush on Taki's face whenever she sees him. So cute. He's like, give me the goods, Toko. Oh. Sure. Oh, wow. Kishimoto and him look really good in this. Is Kishimoto the animator's darling in this season? He looks great. All that damn cram school. Of course, Natsume goes a different direction in the fork in the road. Oh. Is that Haku from Spirited Away? No, it's Haku! What is it, Spirited Away? Oh, the dragon scales. It really does look like him. It does look like Haku. Just saying. Chobi's treasure. Is Chobi going to have a ship with a dragon? Yeah, right? Maybe sooner than you think, Natsume. And here we have the child labor. I'm joking. Oh! Well, definitely sooner than you think. Oh, look at him! With his little fish pastry. Really? You're gonna make Madara jealous! Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. You just ate that pastry. Oh my God. Oh! Madara's like, I'm not gonna have you cheat on me. Oh, that's so precious. So cute. Oh. Oh my God. Maybe he can't see. Maybe Natsume can only see him when Madara's not looking. Oh my God. That's precious, but... Aw. Huh. I wonder why he only shows up when Madara can't look. Yes. Oh my God. It's not your fault for getting crunk, Madara. Oh. Oh shit! No, he really is down. Oh my God. Oh my God. You literally fell. Oh damn. Natsume's like, you're gonna tell me what's up. A comb. Oh. How will he properly manscape now? Oh my God. Your mustache. I shall never manscape again. Oh, oh. Well, we have the dragon scales. Oh my God, he's really dramatic about this comb. Can you not use the comb as it is with it being broken? Chobi. Will the broken comb not work? It seems like it could still be usable. Oh, you know. I got a yokai that can't trim his mustache and comb it. Tanama's like, want to talk about it? Ah. You're such a romantic, Tanama. Come on, men helping men. Make a new comb out of dragon shell. Yeah. Mother of pearl. That's kind of like with the scales. I said shells, but scales. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, baby Tanama. Little baby Tanama, shut up. Interesting. That's cute. We got to see baby Tanama. Day is saved. Yeah, all the scales. Yes. Dragon, stop for 2 seconds. Let me get a scale. Oh God, they could be miles away, honestly. I mean... Aw. Just the 2 of us again? Aw. Aw. Stop, dragon! Let me have one of your scales! Ah! Oh my God. Aw. This is so sweet. He's like, I just want to find the scales and make a comb for Chobi. It's not so much that he's asking for. Aww. Oh! Aw! Quit making out in the bushes! Don't scare me. Oh, what indeed? Ha! Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, and there's Madara. Oh, the Kappa! Aww. Huh. He's really tore up about this comb. We'll talk about this in the discussion, but oh my gosh. Mrs. Zoo's like, oh, that dragon, I had relations with him 100 years ago. Aw. What a waste of time. Ah. Oh, Mrs. Zoo has! He so has! There we go. You know what's up, Kappa. Operation Scale Recovery. Love it. Love it. Aww. Oh. Oh, that little moment is so good. Mrs. Zoo's like, oh, trust me, when I find that dragon, he and I are going to exchange contact information. No, not as easy as it would seem. Oh my god. My fluff is not like his tiny mustache. Ha! Man, these yokai just want to get crunk. Natsume's like, I'm a minor. I can't drink with you. Stop it. Help me. Yes. Don't doubt him, Madara. His frog, Mrs. Zoo's sexual slave. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? No, I'm not. Oh. Oh my god, Madara, getting so frustrated. Hit away, don't scare him away. Oh, Chobi. He's really tore up about this damn comb. Huh? He's like, what? Excuse me? It's right there. Right there. Mr. Dragon! Haku, stop! Oh, shit. Damn it. Damn it. No. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. So once he's done, he's not gonna fly anymore. And Natsume's not even listening to him all the way. Oh. Oh, Natsume, sweetheart. Oh. 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 Oh no. But I thought there was something that like got off of him. Allegedly. Oh. That's a interesting way to put it, Madara. Oh. Oh. Ooh, okay. Madara's like, I thought we'd wrap this up. Man, Natsume does not skip leg day or... Ah! Does not skip leg day or, you know... Oh, I love Mrs. smiling. Or cardio day. Oh, let's have it in the most dangerously placed tree in the entire city. Oh, well, shit. That's in the most precarious. There we go. I would go on Mizuzu. Madara's like, Baka! You could fall off and die, Natsume. Oh, look at Madara! I appreciate the sentiment of you going up to get... Oh. Natsume, I appreciate the sentiment, but Tanama would be very upset with you right now. It almost looks like the tree has scales. Oh. Oh. Him leading him up there. But letting him do... Oh my god. If it falls and you get all the way up there, Natsume... Oh. 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 Oh, to give it to Chobi. Oh. Does he think it's ugly? Oh. Oh. What? What? Ah! What? Oh my gosh, what? Oh my gosh. What? Natsume's like, are you kidding me? Uh, did you know Chobi could do this? Oh. Mrs. Zoo, you had relations? What? Chobi's the white dragon? What? Huh. These yokai. These yokai, I tell ya. Oh, I just noticed. Oh, and there's Chobi. I just noticed Madara, like, little flipping over. Oh, so cute. Oh, and there's the dandelions. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh. So cute. So cute. Ah. Okay. I am kind of mind blown. And I'll tell you why I'm mind blown. Because Chobi's the dragon. Chobi's been a dragon. Young Romania, high school Romania would have been like, what? Mind blown, insane. And my mind is blown, but not for reasons that you think. No. So I was like, Chobi's been a dragon this entire time. Has that been a thing? I was like, because it just, we're in season 7 of Natsume's Book of Friends. This manga's been ongoing for a decade or so. And the mangaka lets loose that Chobi's a dragon. Chobi's been a white dragon this entire time, which, you know what? Kind of makes sense because Chobi's very regal. Chobi's kind of a little bit, Chobi's not vain, but he does definitely pride himself. And I was like, as someone born year of the dragon, I relate. But I was like, this felt like it came out of nowhere. I was honestly like kind of baffled in the reaction, like completely caught off guard, because I thought Chobi would just, he'd get the scale and be like, oh, and so then he made it into the comb, and we're going to talk about that in the discussion. But I kind of cheated a little bit. I cheated. I'm on season 7, so I felt like I could do that. And so I was like, is there any hints that Chobi has been the dragon before? Now that I'm at season 7, episode 5, there was. Y'all, there was. I'm going to show you a screenshot. But all someone said, it was on a Reddit post, and I usually do not go to Reddit because I don't want spoilers, but I specifically was like, Chobi, dragon, was that known before? And someone on Reddit posted, yeah, he's in the season 2 opening. And I was like, what? So yes, if you go back to opening 2 of Natsume, the second opening, go back to the second opening of Natsume, and you go to 1 minute and 15 seconds. There's the dragon. It's on the screen for a second. A second is that same dragon. When did the opening of 2 of Natsume's Book of Friends come out? When was that? When was that, friends? You want to know? I'll tell you. I'll tell you that Anohi Time Machine was came out for the second season of the series. Season 2 of Natsume came out, y'all, in 2009. Came out 16 years. 16 years. 15 years before this episode. So this mangaka has been sitting on this knowledge that Chobi is the dragon for 15 years. I'm sorry, what? My mind was blown. My mind was just literally 15 years before the mangaka was like, oh yeah, by the way, I had the side story where Chobi is this dragon, so here you go. I floored. Absolutely floored. I could not believe it. That is playing the long game. Playing the long game on the littlest of things. But that's Natsume's Book of Friends. It's how this series works. It plays the damn long game. So, wow. That's literally the only spoiler it's not even a spoiler because I just watched the episode. That is the only time I've gone to Reddit for this series, but I was like, okay, girl, you're in season 7. Just go to episode 5, see if you can find something about Chobi being a dragon, and just don't look at anything else and be very careful. And so luckily, nothing else has been spoiled. We're all good, but I cannot believe that. My mind is just insane. So yeah, so wrap your head around that as we go into this discussion because so this episode was really good. Again, keeping up the consistency of season 7. I love just the 4 guys just laughing together and walking home from school and giving Nishimura a hard time about the girl. Nishimura just wants a girlfriend. Girl at the cash register smiles at him. He's like, I got a chance, guys. Kitamoto looks amazing in this opening. The animators decided after last week, they're like, we really like animating Kitamoto. We're going to make him look Kishimoto. We're going to make him look amazing. And so that they do. He looks great. Also, it's, as I'm recording this, it's the onset of fall. And so seeing them in their jackets and their scarves, it feels very autumnal. It feels very seasonal and festive. And I love that about it. Now, symbolism-wise, don't think I didn't notice that Natsume breaks off. You have Tanama and Kishimoto and Nijimura going one direction. You have Natsume going another direction, right? He's still, even after all this time, a little bit separated from the others, right? Because of everything. And then we see Chobi as the dragon shedding his scales. So the thing is, I wonder if my only question with this episode, it makes sense that Chobi, because they said dragons only come out when they're shedding their scales. Chobi probably only sheds it every so often. He's a yokai. It could be every 100 years for all we know. Mm-hmm. And honestly, his mustache being the tendrils from the dragon makes perfect sense. He's basically like Haku's cousin from Spirited Away. Haku has a humanoid form and a dragon form. Chobi has a human form and a dragon form, right? Like Romania from high school, who had a major anime crush on Haku, and was all about that character. Adult Romania is like, yes, Chobi, nice to meet you. You and your fine etiquette, your fine manscaping, good to know. But it makes sense. The only part that is a little confusing to me as a viewer is he was upset because his comb had broke, and we're going to talk about that. But his scales are just as beautiful as the shells. Why didn't he just take a scale and make it into a new comb? But I guess it's because he didn't think his scales were beautiful. And so once it took Natsume pointing it out, like, oh, your scale's beautiful, here you go, that he realized that he could make the comb out of it. Maybe that's the case, which ties to this idea that, you know, there's beauty within yourself that you may not recognize until someone points it out. That could be the lesson, is that we often have these beautiful parts of ourselves, but we may not consider it unless someone points it out. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the lesson that we learn from this episode. But still, yeah, the shimmering body elegantly in the sky, which makes sense. It makes sense. I'm sure if Madara saw the dragon, Madara would be like, oh, that's just Chobi. I hope I get to see him again someday. You know, Looky there. I made the joke about the labor, about the child labor with them cleaning up the schools, but honestly, I'm kind of envious because in the US, would kids in the US schools clean up their high school like this? I don't know. Maybe. They probably would. Probably depends on the school, depends on the student, but I do like the idea that they help clean up. That is nice. But yeah, all the scales. I love Madara is just such a glutton. He eats the little fish shaped pastry. I can't remember the name of it is escaping me right now. What is the fish shaped? It's not Tokiyaki. Taiyaki. There we go. Taiyaki. I want to say Tokiyaki, but that's the little balls, right? What is? Make sure I get that right. Tokiyaki. Yeah, takoyaki is what I'm thinking of. Yeah. So taiyaki are the little fish shapes. I really like taiyaki. I've had one before and it was really, really good. So yeah, he glitters white and flies through the sky. Now, Natsume saying, I'd love to ride him just once. You can't say things like that, sir. I love Madara picks up. He's like, what about me? Is riding me not enough? And then I can't believe I was shipping Chobi with Mizuzu. I was like, oh my God, before I realized it was Chobi, I was shipping it with Mizuzu. And, I should have known better. But Mizuzu is Mizuzu is pansexual. Will go with anybody, for the record. Isn't that good enough? But a dragon is a good sign. Honestly, that kind of makes sense because Chobi has kind of helped out a lot in the series, and Chobi's never in danger, so him being a dragon literally checks out, but floored. So yeah, and Madara's such a glutton, getting the fried shrimp, you know how he do. But yeah, so Sensei and I went around looking for the dragon. They are doing everything they can to make Madara look the most precious, like him with the little cat's tail. Like, it's so cute. But yeah, and so he gets home to tell Madara they saw the dragon again, and Madara has this Genjo Sake Nekobe, and I just love, again, Madara with his little beans wrapped around the bottle, rocking back and forth. Madara, it's a hard life for him, just getting to stay in Natsume's room and get crunk all day. I love him wrapped around the bottle. God. So yeah, he goes to get the manju for Madara, which Madara should be happy about. But he's like, take this. He's like, it's your fault for passing out drunk. Natsume's like, And then Chobi just falling down. Which honestly, now to know that he's also been like moonlighting in his dragon form, shedding scales, makes sense. But he's so depressed because of his comb. I'm feeling a little blue. It's nothing to share with the child of man, but the comb I've treasured for years has been broken. It was made of a huge, beautiful shell I once found at the beach. Honestly, though, if he could transform the dragon scale into a comb instantly, why didn't he just repair the comb? Chobi, why didn't you just repair the comb? Maybe it couldn't be. Maybe the price to pay for him instantly creating the comb is that once it's broken, it's broken. Maybe that's the price to pay. I don't know yokai laws. I didn't make these rules up. I don't know how the world building works. It's just, that was the one thing that took me out was, one, why didn't he make a new comb out of one of his scales to begin with? Which we have talked about. It makes sense. But two, if he has the ability to instantly make combs, well, why didn't he just repair the comb he had? But I guess that's, he's like, should I try to fix it? And he's like, oh, he says, there's a gap. If there's a gap, my delicate mustache might get caught in it. Which, I do like that it kind of teaches a lesson about how we do kind of get attached to certain things and we don't want to throw them out or get rid of them or repair them with new things. We get attached to them, and so we kind of get sad if they're broken. I had a coffee cup that, I had taken to work, and my coworker accidentally dropped like a pan on it in the sink and broke it. And I wasn't mad about it, and I wasn't sad. It was luckily it was a cup that I wasn't very attached to, but I did think in the moment, oh, I'm glad it wasn't my other cup, because I really liked my other cup that I use at work. And so if that cup had been broke instead of the other one that was, I would have been upset about it. And, and my coworker was like, oh, I'll try to break it. And I was like, no, it's fine. So I get where Chobi's coming from. I do. It's just, if he has magical powers, just repair the comb. I also love Madara with the manju bag on him. So he says every object has its lifespan and it was very old. So maybe that's it too. He couldn't repair it because the magic had worn away. But I've yet to make it out another thing that thrills my heart like that huge shell. So maybe, this ties into the idea that Chobi didn't find his scales to be that particularly beautiful, and it took Natsume giving him one to add sentimental value to it, to where he would consider using it for the comb. I guess that's it. He's like, maybe I'll never find again something I can love for so long. And he says, I'm sorry for boring you. I'm like, oh, you're not boring, Chobi. I also love the idea that he made the comb out of something he's going to treasure, because this episode is called Chobi's Treasure. All of these yokai, they're getting attached to Natsume. If something happens to Natsume down the road, they're all going to be sad. And that kind of breaks my heart a little bit. It's making me a little bit sad. Show, why you doing this? Why you doing this again, Show? But yeah, something to make his comb out of. I also love Tanama here. Tanama is the eternal romancer, the eternal yearner. And he's like, what are you doing about the yokai? What are you thinking about? And he's like, oh, a yokai I know broke a comb made from a shell, and now he's lamenting over it. And Tanama's like, a shell comb? He's like, it was all these different colors. It was a shell he really liked that he picked up on the beach. And so then Tanama tells the story about the box made out of the mother of pearl that he had when he was little. And the pearl started to come off, but the parts that had fallen off were still beautiful. And so I put the pieces in the box. Baby Tanama, season 7, you're giving us Baby Tanama? Shut your face. This episode had so many screenshots. I was like, love, gonna take a screenshot of that, and put that in the channel, all of the things. But yeah, I like that Tanama kind of connects to Chobi's idea. He's like, well, I know how Chobi feels because there was this mother of pearl box, and all the broken pieces I collected and put back in the box because I couldn't just bear the thought of throwing them away because they were too pretty. So he kind of gets it. I'd forgotten about it, but it hit me pretty hard when I lost them. There was no way I could have fixed it on my own. And so Natsume, this idea of fixing things on your own, Natsume takes it upon himself to try and find the scales. Again, one thing that I like that this series kind of harkens back to is Natsume has this strong urge to fix things himself and to do it himself. After 7 seasons, after Tanama and Taki and Notori and all the yokai have been like, but let us help you, there's a part of Natsume that still is proud and wants to do things on his own. And to that point, he gets to the point where he does put himself in danger on the tree, but he's like, no, I want to be the one to do it. And it's like, I'm glad Madara ends up helping him, and we'll talk about that. But it is part of Natsume's flaws that he does take things upon himself. Like when the two guys, Nishimura and Kishimoto, are like, oh, hey, you want to go watch a movie with us? He's like, oh, sorry, I have something to do. Even after 7 seasons, he doesn't want to involve those two because they can't see yokai. Makes sense. But he's still, instead of explaining himself a little bit more, he's still kind of pushing them away without giving a proper reason. Now, if they'd been Tanama, he probably would have told him outright. But yeah, I also love Madara looking in the paper while he's like lounging, eating the squid chips. That's really funny. And then Natsume just falls on him exhausted. He's like, Natsume, what are you doing? I wanted to see him with Sensei too. So he goes looking on his own again, and I love the mid-ranks. The mid-ranks who are making out in the bushes, fooling no one, were just stumbled across Natsume and were like, we'll help you find him. Love it. And so then the others all catch up with him as well. I love when he's like, oh, knowing you probably got caught up in something dumb, didn't you? That part was really funny. It's probably really fun, so we don't want to miss it. So then we have Hinaway and Madara with the Kappa show up. I will be honest with you all. After watching Summer Days with Ku, I keep expecting this Kappa to be exposing his genitals. But he's not. Go watch Summer Days with Ku. You'll find out what I'm talking about. I don't know if this Kappa is a female or not. We don't really know, do we? And then Mizuzu is like, oh, you guys are going to get crunk looking for a dragon? I wonder if Mizuzu knew the entire time and was just like, I'll go along with it, because I'm Mizuzu and I like to stir the pot a little bit. But Natsume says he wants to give it to Chobi as a surprise. And they're like, you know what? That sounds like a fun idea. We'd love to see Chobi's face. Let's go. I love Mizuzu with his little, the little moon eyes that he has there. That's so cute. I'd love to have a drink while dragon watching. And then so apparently they didn't know that Chobi was the white dragon either. Operation Scale Recovery. I love it. And Natsume's like, oh, well, I appreciate it, but I want to give him something that I found on my own. And I hope to do the same for you all someday. I'm like, that's freaking sweet. But then they say, Natsume-sama. They're like, trying to find it is what's inspiring us to action, isn't it? And Natsume's like, oh, well, he looks at all of them. He's like, well, thank you. It would be wonderful if that were true. I'm like, Natsume, just accept that you are influential and you have influenced the yokai. I like the mid-rank spoke up. I was going to talk about that in the reaction, but I love that the mid-rank spoke up and he's like, hey, we're offering to help you because you've inspired us. So take the compliment, accept the help, and just let's go. So I like that a lot. So they start looking around for the scales. I'm amazed they couldn't find any scales until the very end. But you know what? I was going to talk about it during the reaction, but when you see something and it seems like it's fairly close, but then when you get up close to it, you see how far away the scales were drifting. So even though it looked like they were falling in front of Natsume, the depth perception, I'm sure, was off a little bit, and that's what caused it. I also love Madara just fidgeting the entire time. It's so cute. The dragon scale, though. And Mizuzu, oh my god. Mizuzu in the swamp, and then he has his sexual partner, the frog. And the frog just hides back in him. I'm like, did Sasame become the frog? Is he a new frog? Is this the same frog, or is this a new one? Mizuzu as being this sexual deviant is hilarious to me. But yeah, they can't find the scale, even though I like Hinoue gets aggressive and she's like, just come out already. I love her being just fiery with it. Meanwhile, Chobi's like, my poor comb. Chobi just being said, he's like, is something wrong? And he's like, what's the secret? I love it. I absolutely love it. So then when he sees the dragon, he's like, hey, wait. And then we see, he looks at the dragon. Now the dragon has these ice blue eyes, which now that we look at Chobi's eyes aren't quite as ice blue, but I could see it. I could see the resemblance there. Then we get this one yokai that looks like No Face that says, oh, did you see this dragon? I like the idea of the mask tied to its face. He only flies when it's time to shed his own old scales. But yeah, it all makes sense now. On top of the dragon's head is the little red dot, just like Chobi has on top of his head. I think the only thing that would have made it more noticeable is if the dragon had a black mane, like Chobi has black hair, but the dragon being white, I guess that's why, and that makes sense. Now it's so apparent. It's so funny. But I like that Natsume's like, well, we tried. And that's when they said they found the scale on top of the mountain. Of course, it's in the most precariously placed tree that is the most hazardous to climb. And the bark itself looks like scales of this bonsai-looking tree. And so now Mizuru says, I'll take you up there to get the scale. We can do this the easy way. But Natsume's like, no, I want to challenge myself and play. I want to work harder, not smarter. I get the reasoning behind it. My dogs are playing and barking with each other. I get the reason behind it. I get it. Natsume's like, I started this mission. I made this my quest. I chose to do this. So thus it needs to be me to go get it. I get that. I get it. I would have gotten on Mizuzu and got the scale, especially seeing how precariously it was placed in a dangerous position. I ain't got no shame. I would have gotten on Mizuzu, but you know what? Natsume's a noble person. And he's like, no, I chose to do this. Let me go alone. I want to do this last part myself. And I love the animation of this scene. I mean, the animation of season 7 has been top notch. 2024 animation. Love it. It's been really good. I love how nervous all of the yokai are watching him climb this tree. I felt like singing Mulan, like, be a man. Like, I love that. Like, you must be swift as a coursing river. Like, I wanted to see that. But they're like, you can do it, Natsume. I just love it. I love the mid-ranks have the little Japanese fans, like they're cheering him on, which feels very Ghibli. But he trips. I love the animation of the scratches on his hands. Hey guys, be nice. Huckleberry, be nice. He was about to bark at me again. But I like the scratches on his hand. That's a really good detail to have. And then he trips and falls, and I like the Kappa's like, oh my gosh. And then he catches himself. And that's when Madara's like, sheesh, I'm going to help him. And I thought Madara was going to transform and help him up the tree, but he doesn't. Instead, he's like, he's so clumsy, I can't bear to watch. And I love they all look concerned, and he like hobbles up the tree, but then he looks at Natsume, and he's like, come on. I love that shot where he just looks at Natsume like, come on, follow me. I'll help you find it. Like, he's not helping Natsume in the sense that Natsume would be mad at, and Natsume just looking exhausted in that moment. And Mizuzu's like, you could have just had me get you to the scale. But he's so determined, because it's just that he wants to fight for his friends, and when he sets out to do something, he's willing to do it alone. I love it. I feel like the yokai respect Natsume because he does that. He doesn't just take the easy way out. I'm so glad they got that damn scale, because I was like, if he reached for it and dropped it, I would have been so mad. But yeah. And he's like, I found this beautiful dragon scale for you. Can you make a new comb with it? And Chobi's like, oh. Chobi's like, yeah, about that. Yes, cool. I wondered what you guys were up to. How very strange. You say this is beautiful, Natsume Dono. And the way Chobi looks at it, he's just kind of like, oh, this thing? You think it's pretty? Oh. Insane. One man's trashy, flaky skin is another yokai's treasure. But yeah. And Natsume's like, oh, and everybody's just like, I love Mizuzu. Looks like he's just ready for it to go down. Like he knows what's coming. He's like, to me, it's special and beautiful, but it's just an old scale that got caught in a tree. And I love Madara's looking at it like, you better take that scale and make a comb out of it. We did so much to get that damn scale. And then he just rubs it like, and makes a new comb, and everybody's like, oh, well, cool. Indeed, it seems to be a splendid comb. Let me try it out. And then, yeah, he brushes out the little mustache hair and becomes the dragon. And Natsume's like, oh! And all the yokai are equally as surprised. You say this scale is beautiful. Oh! You looked for it for my sake along with everyone. I shall treasure it highly. Oh, for much, much longer than I treasured the shell comb. Because you got it for me. You went through all that work just for me. Aw, and all the yokai are like, oh, hell yeah! Like, they didn't even know that he was the white dragon the entire time. Huh. I love it. You can't judge a book by its cover, huh? It's so pretty. He's as noble as his face is big. I just can't believe the mangaka was sitting on this for 15 years. Like, literally had this in the bag, waiting to tell this story. And if you followed me when I've reviewed the manga for this series, like I'm up to volume 17 will come after, volume 18 will come after this season's over. But for the last 17 volumes leading up to the content of season 6 and season 7, the mangaka's been like, oh yeah, I have these stories that one day I'll get to tell. 15 years later, here she is telling it. It's just, that's so incredible. That's so mind-blowing to me. It's great. And Natsume's like, you finally got to see him, huh, Sensei? He really is beautiful. They're like, Chobi, you should stay like that. I get why Chobi doesn't stay like that, because, you know, Chobi, it's much easier to get around as the big head form. Which makes sense. You're being this giant-headed human as a disguise for being this elegant dragon. I'm just floored. I cannot believe the mangaka is revealing this now. That is insane to me. That is insane to me. So don't worry, I'm not going to look up any more spoilers or any more after episode information about Natsume's Book of Friends, but I just knew that y'all were going to comment, and you may comment down below. Go ahead and comment down below if you saw this coming, or if I'm curious. I can't remember if I commented back in season 2 about the dragon in the OP. I feel like I did. And I feel like that's why when we saw the dragon in this episode, I'm like, have we seen that dragon before? I felt like I commented on the OP, but then we never got the dragon in the OP. And I was like, I guess it was just a random yokai. No, bitch. It's been Chobi the whole time. And Chobi's in that OP too with Taki. I'm just so floored. Did you see this coming? Did you wonder what that dragon was back in the second OP? How many of you were waiting for me to get to this point to find this out about Chobi? Dragons are my favorite mythical animal. I'm Year of the Dragon. I love dragons. And so I just have such an affinity for them. And Hawk from Spirit Away is also largely because of that. So this was an amazing episode. I was all about this. I was like, heck yes. Make Chobi into a dragon more often. Maybe not around the Exorcists. That might not be good. But anyway, my mind is blown. I cannot wait to hear your comments down below. But I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe. Take care. And yeah, who knows what other surprises we're going to get, but I'm excited for them. And we'll see next week with episode 6 of season 7 of Natsume's Book of Friends. And I'll see you then. Bye. We should probably talk about this.